Hi everyone, this is Vincent from Monsterasaur. So after a long break from YouTube, we're finally back to make more videos. And also, if you haven't noticed already, we have just recently hit 1000 subscribers. So cheers and thanks to each and every one of you who have subscribed to our channel. It means a lot to us, and we're gonna make more videos from today onwards. So today's video will be a tour of our little green room that we use to primarily house propagated and plants that are in ICU. So plants that are not doing so well. Mostly Aroids, like philodendrons, anthuriums, and a couple of caudexes and begonias. So without further ado, let's begin the tour. So this is our little green room. It is not a very big room, but as you can see, it's packed with plants. A lot of plants. Yes. Okay, so this is how we set up our green room. So it consists of 8 of these little greenhouses, and they're all equipped with LED grow lights. And here's more those small green rooms. Then at the end of the room, there is a rack of plants. So bigger plants that we have trouble fitting into the smaller greenhouses, we chuck it in on the rack, which is also grown via LED grow lights. So we live in a very hot country known as Malaysia, and we are currently cooling down the room via air conditioning. So with air conditioning, it is bad for the plant because it makes the climate dry. So in order to counter that, we are using this large industrial humidifier to raise the humidity of the room. So I'm just gonna show you what's the temperature like. It's around 24.2 degrees and 88% humidity. And we try to keep this at a constant to help some of the plants to recover, and also the propagated plants to grow faster. Yep. Okay. Righty, let's start with this corner here. So this corner is basically my workstation, where I do most of my reporting and propagation. But currently it's filled with plants because these are some very big plants and I don't know where to put them, so I just chuck it in this corner first. There's a mummy here at the back, and this is a Anthurium marmoratum. Then we have some Apiprinum pinnatum variegated that we harvested a couple of days ago, hence the droopy leaf. And then below we have some more Apiprinum pinnatum cuttings, which are rooting in perlites, full perlite. And there's my bucket of stuff and media. So here we have a rack where I keep all my gardening stuff. So we have some pots at the lower rack, some stuff, some fertilizers, and some moss poles and pots. So most of these products that we're using, we sell. So if you're in Malaysia, feel free to check out our web store in the link in the description below. Okay, next here, we'll start with this rack here. So over here we have a rack of plants, and on the first tier we have a rack packed with Paraiso Verde. It's a lot of Paraiso Verde, it's like a jungle. Then below we have some Philodendron luxurians, which we are babysitting for a friend. and a Patriciae, which we are also babysitting for a friend, and more luxurians. Then at the front is more Paraiso Verde, which are just leaf cuttings, but they are all rooted nicely. Below the next rack is some Anthurium crystallinum. Over here we have a Philodendron red stem. This is a close member of Philodendron serpents. As you can see, the stem is very hairy. Then this one is a Philodendron Nangaritense, which has just started to put out a new leaf. Here is a Anthurium forgetii. Homa lumina variegated. This is Philodendron maximum. It's a tiny stem. And here we have a rooted stick of a Philodendron Paraiso Verde. Okay, below is a rack filled with tray of propagation. So we have tray of various Philodendron here, which are all potted fully in perlite. And we're just using this cup that we have cut slits below. And then they're all held in this black tray, which has hole drilled at the side to control the water level. So here's the first tray that's filled with some Gygas, Epiprinum pinnatum. This is splendid. Here we have some Philodendron Linemi. This is Linemi. This is Epiprinum skeleton key. Okay, so moving on to the next rack. The next rack is filled with some Monstera escalato, previously known as Epiprinioides. This is a very juvenile form of Monstera escalato. Beside it is a Philodendron fibrosum, which has reverted to this tiny funny leaf because it's a highland plant and it's meant to grow in cold weather. Here we have some Monstera stanleyana and more escalatos at the back. Okay, so the rack below is filled with Philodendron splendid, a Melanochrysum X verrucosum hybrid. Then we have some Gigantium blizzard, Stanleyana, Homa lumina variegated, and more Gigantium blizzards. At the bottom rack is filled with a lot of Monstera stanleyana. These are all propagated from a single leaf, and they're growing quite well inside under the LED grow lights. And right below we have some tray of Epiprinum pinnatum. This is supposedly a white princess, but it's fully green. And I forgot what this is. This is some Anthurium. This is a Philodendron Nangaritense. So we chopped off the tip, and now it's starting to put out new growth here as well, and one more here. Yep. Okay, then over the next rack we have some Anthurium vicii. This is a hybrid form. Then we have some Monstera Thai constellation. I've forgotten what this is. This is 69686 in a very juvenile form, so it's not showing the ears yet. These are all 69686. Then below we have some Philodendron biliaceae. Some more biliaceae at the back. Philites. Then below is filled with begonias. So over here we have begonia snowcap, which we have purchased from Verde greenhouse. So we purchased one pot and we propagated all this by ourselves. So begonia snowcap, very easy begonia to keep and propagate. And then the rack below we have some Philodendron gloriosum, more begonias. This is white ice, slightly different to snowcap. Then at the back is this is a mame stick. This is Philodendron plomanii, which we have propagated. So there's 3 new growth. This is a McDowell, and this is also a McDowell. Okay, then next is another rack. Okay, over here we have another rack full of plants. At the top tier we have some Monstera alboborzigiana. So there's a suicidal leaf over there, full white, not very good. Below there's more alboborzigiana at the back. And then this is, I'm not sure what it's called in English, but it's a pandan leaf that is variegated. Then at the bottom shelf we have some Philodendron gigas. It's a new leaf right there. This is also a gigas, which is also popping up a new leaf. This is Monstera alboborzigiana. A lot of this plant are being propagated, so you won't see any leaf on it. Like this one is a wet stick of a alboborzigiana. This is Epiprenum Cebu Blue. And at the bottom shelf, some ICU plants. So maybe I'll skip here. Okay, then at the left of the rack is another rack of plants. So these are the bigger plants which we have trouble fitting into the greenhouse. This is a Philodendron glorious, a very big leaf. Here we have some Philodendron Florida Beauty, some begonias, a mame hiding in the back. This is a Philodendron domesticum variegated, very pretty plant, but it's beginning to put out some suicidal leaf. See, full yellow, no green at all. And beside we have a Philodendron plomanii. This is glorious. Here we have a Philodendron sharonii. This is a Philodendron from Ecuador, SP tamarindo. And this is Philodendron Bob C. Some white wizard. Some more begonias, mame, and some more sharonii. More Bob C as well. Below is a Philodendron quercifolium. Then we have a pot of Monstera stanleyana, some pink princess at the back, alboborzigiana, which has put out a nice half moon leaf. Then some more white wizard. And then at the bottom we have some mame, some white knight, stanleyana, white knight, and some more elbows. This one is a Philodendron Mercy. Okay, and the next rack here is filled with some ICU plants. At the back is some verrucosum. This is a philodendron verrucosum which we have gotten from Thailand, but it's not doing very well, and it has just recently bounced back after we put it in the green room. This is a verrucosum as well. Verrucosum. Then some Cebu blue, yeah. Cebu blue. And the lower shelf we have some Epiprinum pinnatum variegated, which are all putting out nice new leaves. Lower shelf we have more Epiprinum pinnatum, so we have a lot of Epiprinum pinnatum. These are Philodendron pink princess. The lower shelf is more Philodendron pink princess, and one of the pot has just started to put out a nice pink leaf. Okay. On the next rack we have a domesticum at the back. Domesticum variegated. This is a Philodendron white knight. Thai constellation. Then we have Philodendron maximum. This is a elbow bossigena that's green. This is skeleton key. And on the lower shelf is occupied by my wife's caudex collection, which I'm not sure every ID, except for this beauty right here. This one is Stephania nova, or also known as Kawisaki. It's very pretty. It's dark in color. It's a lot different as compared to this. I think this is called Stephania separanta. This is, I forgot what it's called. Colorata, I think. Then lower shelf, I think there's a couple of, Epiprinum pinnatum, Cebu blue at the back. This is some Amorphophilus, also known as voodoo lily, but it's not putting out any leaf yet. Some dubia. There's a tortum at the back, tortum, and some chilies, which is variegated. So we grown this pot of chili just using the LED lights, but we have not seen any fruit yet. Okay. Oh, and another cute little fellow here, Separanta, I think. This is Stephania separanta, and it's crawling up this round trellis, which my wife loves. Okay, the next rack here is filled with Philodendron Florida Beauty at the back. So we have a lot of Philodendron Florida Beauty. This is another pot, and then this is another pot. This is the most recent new leaf, which is very pretty. Yeah, check out the nice marble variegation. Gorgeous plant. Then at the front we have some Philodendron brandiatum. Some more Philodendron brandiatum. This is a new growth. This is another pot of brandiatum. Then the rack below is filled with Philodendron Ataba bapuense. It's doing great in grow lights. Look, it's beautiful. The new leaf has the maroon color, the maroon backing. Yeah, I think that's one of the highlights of Ataba bapuense. The maroon back. Then here we have some Philodendron bobsea. Pot of not sure what it is. Some more Ataba. Then at the bottom we have some philodendron white wizard, which is putting out nice variegated leaves. But not this one though. This one is a suicidal leaf. It's full white. This is bad. But this is good. Look, it's beautiful. Some more white wizards. This is saggy tea folium, I think. Saggy tea folium. This is a pot of white princess, which is not very white. Then saggy tea folium at the back. And this is philodendron bobsea. Then on the lower shelf we have some philodendron giganteum blizzards. This is also a very easy plant to propagate and grow. They grow very, very fast. This is a stump of philodendron bobsea, I think. Some more saggy tea folium bobsea. Okay, then the next rack we have some philodendron. This one is a philodendron tanui. Don't know how you pronounce it, tanui. Okay, so this was the philodendron linemi, which we have chopped up the top because it's putting up a trail of tiny leaves. But there's a new growth here, so hopefully it'll bounce back and grow bigger. Here's a new leaf of a philodendron melanochrysum. At the back is another pot of philodendron melanochrysum, which is popping out a nice new leaf. Some gygas. Some more melanochrysum. This is also in Milano. This is a stick of an anthurium, a mame stick. At the back we have some philodendron ring of fire. Yeah, some more ring of fire. So this one is also a ring of fire. Then we have some Burlimax variegated. Burlimax. These are just stump of random anthuriums. Then on the lower shelf we have more philodendron Burlimax. Here we have a anthurium papillimanum, puppy something. Okay. Then on the bottom tray, it's just trays of random propagated plants. There's some skeleton key. This is Philodendron distantilobum, some saggy tea folium, and a couple more Burlimax at the back. Right, so I think that's all for the tour. Okay, so that's the end of the video for today. We hope you enjoyed the tour. And if you like contents like this, please do not forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. It will mean a lot to us, and we'll continue to make more contents like this. Also, if you have any suggestions on contents, feel free to comment down in the comment box below. And yes, this is all. Vin signing off. Bye bye.